What's going on, everyone? It's time to talk about another Z grade movie. This is like a horror adventure film from across the pond over in like the UK that I found. Yeah, it's called Idol of Evil, Hell is Forever. It was released sometime in 2009. It was directed by Kevin McDowell, who's also done Lycanthropy, Rise of the Mummy, Enter the Cage, and Miss Spider Sunny Patch Kids. So this guy went from doing Z grade horror films and like adventure films to low budget family films. But yeah, interesting. Idol of Evil is basically an Indiana Jones ripoff. It was shot on video, a couple $1,000s or pounds in this case, and yeah, but really had an interesting premise, I thought. Basically, you follow sort of like a professor type guy who goes out because he hears of an idol that it's like almost like a crystal skull, like the Indiana Jones films. And he hears about this and he wants to find it before this religious cult that he learns about is, or satanic cult, finds it to use it for their religious ceremonies and this curse that they're trying to put on this one place. And yeah, so he goes out and tries to. It's basically a battle against time of the cult and him trying to find this idol for the most part. And then once, obviously, things don't go the way they plan, and some more horror-ish stuff happens near the end, and it's up to the professor to get everyone out of there and save the day. It's a I was actually very surprised with this movie, to be honest. Like I said, shot pretty much on video. It's micro budget, and but the acting is actually not that bad in this for what it is. It's still pretty bad acting from most people's standards, because a lot of people's bad acting ideas of bad acting is like Sci-Fi Channel. This is another step lower, but it's still for what it is. It's actually pretty decent. The story is actually amusing at times. There's some good comedy stuff thrown in there. Some scenes do drag in it, but overall, it is an interesting little story and stuff. And with what they had to work with, they did surprisingly an interesting job. And I was actually pretty amused with some of the way the characters were developed, and some of them had more uh, realistic intentions and stuff, where others were a little bit off the wall, odd, and not really there. Yeah. So yeah, the acting and the character development and everything was a hit and miss, but for the most part, I was pretty impressed with it. And the special effects in this is a little interesting. You don't really see these type of effects very often in movies nowadays. So even in low budget films, like they have a cool like reanimated guy sort of sequence, which is interesting. Too bad he only comes alive and dies like 20 seconds later, but yeah, he had to do what you had to do, right? But for what it is and how it was put together, I was actually pretty impressed with this movie. If you find this film, check it out. It's interesting. I've seen way worse type of films than this. This one's actually on like my higher tier, I'd say, of movies and even low budget films in general. This one's probably like in the middle. So over for what it is, I thought it was actually pretty well done. It's still not a great movie. It's not. I wouldn't even go as far as saying it's a good movie, but it's not bad. Um, but so I'd probably give this one like a 2.5 out of 5, because yeah, I actually really liked how the characters developed, and the acting was actually surprisingly not that bad in this. So we're getting a little better and finding some interesting stuff. Definitely not what I thought it was, but it's still a good movie. Check it out. Idol of Evil, Hell is Forever. Pretty decent. Just don't go expecting super elaborate sets like an Indiana Jones or anything like that. This is more like a modern day if friends went out and who have a little bit of film acting and filmmaking experience decide to make their own like little adventure film. This is basically what it would be like. So it is cool. It is interesting. Check it out. There's a link to a trailer down below if you want to check that out. Also, my Instagram's always linked below where I post clips of films I'm going to review in the future on my stories, so make sure you follow me there. Also, I had the title and a hashtag somewhere in the video clip, just in case you're trying to figure out what I'm watching or want to know what I'm watching. It's somewhere there. Also, I do put the subgenre of film in the video clip as well in case it's something you're not interested in and you're aware of it. So yeah, make sure you follow me on Instagram, stay in the loop. Like this video, share it so more people are aware of it. Comment down below your opinions of the film if you've seen it, or if you want to see it, let me know. I'd love to know what you guys thought of it, or if you are interested in seeing it. So yeah, throw some comments down below. Also, if you have any films at all, it doesn't have to be Z-grade movies or anything, any films that you want to hear my opinions on, comment those down below as well. I'll try my hardest to get to them as soon as I can, and if I can find them. So yeah, and also make sure you subscribe because I still got a whole pile more B-movie and Z-movie stuff coming. I got a lot of random stuff I haven't even seen before that I want to check out, and I'll tell you what I think of it after I've checked them out. So yeah, make sure you subscribe to stay up to date, and maybe we can find something odd and weird together. So yeah, but that's it for me for now. So till the next one, cheers.